It's Brad Ringer and Justin Carey at the front of the field. Brad Ringer on pole position. Kristina Ryan lines up alongside Jeremy Breault, the Prismatic Motorsports driver, lining up alongside the Team Sideswipe driver, who has been on a podium streak last 2 races in a row for Jeremy Breault. James Pearce in 5th for Twisted Racing alongside Jacob Blankenship. Then it's Bren Roberts and Matthew Montgomery in row number 4. Todd Zhu and Jason Blaney in row 5, the Canadian driver on the inside in the number 13 machine. They're ahead of row 6. Anthony Wallis on his debut qualifies top 12 alongside Tom Sears, who is 3rd in the Drivers' Championship after 3 races. Looking furthermore down the grid before everyone begins rolling on the formation lap, Wesley Jeanette was fastest for a period of time in practice. Starts 13th alongside Luke Smith, another debutant here in the ABN Indy ARCS series. Donny Crouch and Patrick Allen alongside each other in row number 8. Nathan Line, who will have an EOL to serve here at the beginning of this race, starts in, or qualified in the 9th row. He'll drop back to the end of row 12. Nick Pressey and Dustin Painter in row 10. Pressey, our race winner from Rockingham 1 week ago. Tommy Withers, Josh Toothman, and Ryan Pannell did not set lap times. Neither did the 25th place car of Jordan Bridges. He will be at the back of the field. But here we go.
Yep, here we go. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Will this race be very big? Only time will tell.
It depends on the metric we're using for big here. It's Ringer and Carey at the front of the field. Kristina Ryan in her 2nd oval race of the season. She wasn't expected to be here. There's several drivers, Ryan and Pearce, who are both on the inside there. Ryan in row 2 that we're looking at center screen, and Pearce right behind her. We're not going to be here tonight. They were going to be at Long Beach in 3 weeks. So that was a showdown that we were sort of amping up for. That was something that ABN was sort of beginning to plan a lot of social media prep around. And they're giving us a bit of a prologue tonight before we get ready to focus on Long Beach.
If it's good, you could always run it back twice in a lifetime. Diaz-McGregor, you can always run it back. So, hey, it's a good showdown the first time. Get a feeling out process. They'll make sure they really bring the thunder in Long Beach.
But here we are. You see the leaderboard at the left side of your screen. It's Ringer and Carey at the front of the field. 24 cars set to take the green flag. We are underway, racing in Texas. Oh, and immediately someone, that was Todd Zhu.
And it was,
That's Jason Blaney. We're going to have a quick yellow here.
Still green for the moment right now.
Blaney got spun. Pannell got spun. There is calamities.
Nope. Oh, yeah, now it's calamity. They're going to have to throw something now for this for sure. Whole track's blocked. There we go. Race control said the first one was only a single car spin, so that's why nothing was called. But after that, maybe we're kind of wondering something later.
Everyone avoided Blaney, but that was rough.
That it was.
So Anthony Wallis avoided most of it. He gained 5 spots. Jeanette gained 8 spots. We'll take a look at what happened. We saw Blaney get sideways, and I'm assuming that's what they were focusing on.
Yeah, sometimes in the moment when you kind of get that tunnel vision, maybe they were thinking caution's coming, and maybe someone made a mistake. We'll see when the replay hits here, but I'm not going to chalk it up to maybe a tunnel mistake, but sometimes, at least what I heard, someone got clipped at the very least, but I do wonder if maybe they thought a yellow was coming.
Because Patrick Allen was somebody that, we'll have to take a look here, because there's several incidents here. So Patrick Allen was focused on first.
All right.
He's behind all of this. It's Blankenship back.
Oh.
And you see Allen had to pick a lane. He wasn't going to swerve back and forth, and Blankenship just kept rolling. And you see Allen was just trying to get it rolling again afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But Blankenship, we'll see if we can find Blankenship here. So here's a good look at it. So the accident's already happened out of turn 2. So what happens here? So we're going to take it slow motion for you guys. You see there's the McLaren, the Vodafone car.
Mm-hmm. And the Shields car,
the 64
Blankenship.
of Luke Allen. And,
Oh, Yeah, he
Both of
lost.
them got loose. So did Matthew Montgomery. I wonder if they had the weight checker pulled up on cold tires.
Maybe, because they all synchronized spin there, and I'm generally thinking that you may be correct. That is a weight checker issue, and they all kind of lost it, and Blankenship got the worst of it, and he came up to the track. The other two cars stayed low, and that's kind of what caused this issue, and it didn't help when this car ran to the back. That's what made it worse. So if he didn't come up to the racing surface, maybe there'll still be a caution, but who knows? But that's what kind of caused this calamity. Just cold tires, weight checker issues, and here we are for the first leg. A big hit by the Valvoline car at the end there too. So just kind of add insult to injury.
Yeah, it's rough when you see that happen, because when you look at that situation, all three cars, they're in traffic here. So they're behind Ryan, they're behind Breault there. But those three cars, I wonder if they had just tried to preemptively set the weight jacker. We're looking at it in real time here. Yeah, that just seems like a weight shift. That seems like a weight jacker issue. Like they cranked it up, trying to get the jump on it, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, cold tires. Yeah, it's 100%. You are 100% correct. That was just, they tried to beat the ball because they got it correct. Then they would have got a good run on the straight, and they know first lap restarts are ideal, and they just didn't time it right, and they kind of paid. Luckily, they do got a fast repair, so they're not out of it yet, but they got to take those battle scars. And
so we're going to look at the initial start here, because Todd, I believe, hip checked somebody. Because he went 3 wide. There's Anthony Wallis in the 18. Wallis just tried to fit it 3 wide. That's not what caused the issue. Jason Blaney, you see in that 22.
That avoidance, though. Yeah, Blaney lost, and we could have had the caution right there, but he went up the racing surface, that car, missing the name offhand. He went just a little bit too high, and luckily avoided it up in the marbles, though. If that yell happened, then maybe it doesn't get as chaotic. So, again, one man's Blaney's advantage and that field's advantage ended up costing some more down the field. So, just kind of shows that domino effect where things happen. But it looks like, at least in the voice chats, everyone seems kind of okay with it, so no major anger issues. So, they're taking it with stride.
Blaney actually got bailed out there a lot, because with how everything figured out, he's still in 9th place. He actually gained a spot through everything here. That's something that I think I wasn't exactly prepared to come back to here. But Blaney's in 9th here, so he got away with it relatively unscathed. Obviously, several cars in pit lane still. Pressey, Painter, Choate, and Bridges in pit lane. James Pearce, the last car on the lead lap, I believe, at the moment. He is the last car on the lead lap. He will come around here.
Yes, he is.
He will take 17th place. Actually, it looks like he's going to get a couple more spots, as Todd was waiting for him, I believe. He will stay 17th.
He will stay 17th. You are correct. I think we did get the one to go here, so I think we'll be going green this time by. They're all getting all lined up here.
And it will be the lights out on the pace car. That does mean we were about to go back to racing. It's Ringer, Breault, Ryan. Ryan stayed where she was at. Breault gained 2 spots. Everyone else, it's a jumbled up mess. Josh Truthman's gained 16 spots. Nathan Lyon gained 10. Donny Crouch gained 9. Same with Luke Smith and Wesley Jeanette. Interestingly enough, Luke Smith was one of those that spun on that yellow. So he avoided a lot of major incident here and ended up 5th place. Lucky for him in that 64 machine. As we get ready to go back at it, it's Ringer and Breault, and we are back at it. Green flag underway once again. We start lap 6.
The one thing I do wonder is if some cars maybe decided to, we do got to spin here in the back. Ben allowed 1 car only on the straight. Looks like got a little too aggressive trying to get through the field. Only 1 car, though, so no real risk.
Ben Choate, and he's just going to tow back. That was Ben Choate in that 57 machine. The yellow came out. Yellow came out anyway. Oh, Josh Truthman. This is what happened. Josh Truthman.
Todd's apologizing, so I think Todd may have been involved in some capacity.
Not sure. Oh. No, this is something else completely different. Oh, Zhu clipped him. Oh. Zhu just didn't lift. That's what happened.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
to take a look at it again.
Cold tires again. Looks like with the weight jacker, balance shift was going to be okay. And then, yeah, Todd had nowhere to go. Just he could have maybe hit the brakes, but he was going to hit him anyway. So he's like, tried to maybe sneak it on the inside, but he was kind of in a rock and a hard place situation, and he chose wrong. And I don't think he's gotten that much damage, so he may be okay. We'll have him use a fast repair, but can't say as much of the car he hits.
Yeah, he slammed the 3-car of Blankenship there. Quicker yellow. We thought it was for the 57 to Choate there for a second, but it is not. Choate already out of this race. Despite not... Despite not really... He didn't have damage, so I'm not sure why he is out of this race already, but...
He did hit the thing is, he did hit the inside wall when he went through the grass, so it was minor. So I do wonder, maybe it got more damage than we saw, or maybe he just, like, the tires are cold and he was like, let's just tow. But it may kind of help him out there, at the very least.
You see Toothman on pit lane as everyone on caution here. Been a busy start of this race. Everyone watching live on Twitch, we appreciate you.
We got 20 viewers. Good to see.
Let's see if these commands work. They may not yet. Trying to
We'll
use
see.
Streamlab commands.
Well,
we're
looking
trying
at
to
my
plug our
TV,
Twitter.
yeah, I see Twitter, and that's all I see. It's like when you put Discord, it just said Discord.
Yeah.
No
so
link
that's
yet.
not working yet. But for those that are watching live, we appreciate it. If you want to support our Discord, I know it's or support our Twitter. It's all of our community channels are linked to our Twitch channel as well. If you're watching this on demand on YouTube, all of that's going to be in the description down below. While we are at it here, we are still under yellow.
Yeah, we are currently. I was just gonna say, if you did want to go on Twitter, it's at esports_on_ABN. Again, at esports_on_ABN. Give them a follow, like some of their tweets. Show them that you're enjoying yourself.
I'll just post it in the chat there. We've got time under yellow.
Yeah,
so
plug some things. Sell the merch.
Right? No merch yet. That's end of the year stuff. But for everyone that's enjoying, again, we appreciate it. All your support helps. It's been a wild race so far. The start of the race, it probably should give the memo that don't use weight jacker on cold tires.
Yeah. Again, like I said, this is kind of, a learning experience for the 500 down the road. Like, it's going to give you some kind of ideology of what you can and can't do. So, you don't want to say, oh, it's better to crash out of Texas than the 500, but if you finish last in Texas, the valving car hits the wall there, under caution, out of the pit lane. I think it was Tommy Withers.
Yeah, it was Tommy Withers, so I did not catch it. But he, looks like he is done. See what happens. Exiting pit lane.
Tricky pit lane.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. He was just pushing it on pit exit. There was nothing there.
It's also under caution. He wasn't any risk going a lap down. He could have took it a little bit more conservative.
Yeah, that's rough.
What's kind of shocking right now is only the top 6 are the only ones that have not pitted yet. Everyone else has come in at least once. So, kind of interesting to note that even though it's a small advantage, they're going to have a little bit extra fuel load, so they can make that thing work. And since we know it's about a 2-stop race, it could maybe play in the hands of Justin Carey, Anthony Walls, and a few others, because go a little bit longer on the stint and maybe can hit that 124 a little bit better and be a little more flat out than Brad Ringer, Jeremy Brunt, and the rest of the field in the front.
So something that was given on that last restart is that apparently race control gave a warning for restart jumping. So somebody jumped the restart, and if it happens again, there will be a drive-through penalty assessed. So something we'll have to keep an eye on this restart here as we get ready to go back to racing. The lights on the pace car are off, which means we are about to see the green flag once again. Not sure who got that warning, but we do know that a driver did get the warning.
Ben went a little bit fast under the start. I'm kind of wondering maybe because the cars went and had him slow, but he was kind of fast a couple cars on the start, so makes me wonder if it was Ben. But if it is him, he's out of the race, so
yeah,
it does make you wonder.
Pace car is off. Ringers leading us to the green flag. Once again, we are back at it here at Texas. Green flag underway.
Hope we can keep it a little more clean, but I think that will be good here. They got the spins out of them, and I think we'll get some good action here. So you seem to see some... Restart was clean according to the tower, so no jumps there.
Alrighty, so now we're going to see a different phase of the race here as we watch Breault go after Ringer. This is going to be some side-by-side action. See if Breault can make it work on the high side as Ryan sits third, and then it is Jeanette in fourth. Yep. Breault still high line. He's going to have a run out of turn 2.
Oh, slow car just cut off Toothman there in the back. I'm watching the back there.
Looks like that is Dustin Painter in the 65.
It is. Thought we were going to have another caution there, but luckily a slowdown happened there.
Breault to the front of the field. It's Ringer second. This is pivotal. These are the top 2 in the championship, separated by 5 points. If this is how it finished, Breault takes the points lead away. But Ryan on the outside of Ringer in 3 and 4.
Ryan trying to play spoiler here. Doesn't care about your championship battle. She's here for wins and wins only.
And she's up to
He
second.
does. Round the outside there. Interesting pass. You think the inside works, but she was able to make that outside loon work. And we said during practice that you're going to see multiple lanes happen here.
Yeah.
At the very worst, what's kind of interesting is Wesley Jeanette is about a second back, and he's got a little bit of a cushion to Justin, so it looks like we got top 3 in a breakaway, then you got Wesley, and then you got the rest of the field with Justin leading that train, so...
Keep an eye on Ryan.
Ryan, yeah. Same song, different dance?
It's turns 1 and 2, and the inside lane is where you want to be if you have the clean air, but the outside lane, especially if you're at the front, once you get that clean air, though, you can use a slipstream as Ryan makes sure that Breault was going to try to use some bit of the side draft there, and Ryan just kept moving up and up and up and made sure he couldn't get it to try to defend that lead, so Ryan takes a lap lead here.
It looked like Jeremy got a little bit squirrely on the inside, but the car got a little shifty. I don't think it was enough, but maybe, because inside does favor, but I wonder how much of that was also Jeremy having a bit of a moment there on the inside. But we'll see now with Jeremy getting his first real test of aero push here and Kristina leading the pack here. Now it looks like Jeremy going to try to answer back on the inside in the 1.
Kristina's not going to battle him too awful apart here, so Breault takes the lead back. But Ryan looking really confident now at number 80, that Prismatic Motorsports machine. It's Prismatic versus Sideswipe here at the front in Texas. Brad Ringer in third for, I believe, J-Man Motorsports. I'll have to double check on that one. Yeah, J-Man Motorsports. So 3 different teams in the top 3. Jeanette for fourth. Doing a really good job here to start off everything. A lot of fans of Kristina Ryan watching live.
Yeah, it's good to see people supporting their drivers in chat. But yeah, right now, Jeremy leads the way, but Kristina's in that 2-car breakaway, and they are breaking away from Brad Ringer, so Brad, maybe not the biggest fan of that.
The hardest thing when you're dealing with this is now that you have 2 lines being taken, when they're running side by side, now the amount of clean air that you have available is very much smaller, as that's a car on the inside lane. That is, I believe that was Blankenship or Toothman. It was Toothman. And Toothman trying to stay out. That car is so broken, he cannot get that thing rolling. He's trying to avoid towing, but he's going to lose more time by not towing at this point in time. He does get it rolling again, and he is off of the track. But that was an incident between, it looks like Blankenship and Toothman. As we're going to take a look at the accident here. At least it looks like it's between Blankenship and Toothman. Blankenship is in pit lane. He towed back. And we'll see here. Oh, Ringer!
Yeah, Ringer. Ringer's in the wall. You are correct there. It looks like he went a little bit too wide. He's going to spin it down and hope he does not get hit here. He's in the middle, and he will tow, so no incident. But bad Ringer, that's not what you want to see here. He was looking good in the standings right now.
Horrible. Jason Blaney backed out of it. because he thought that he was about to plow into Brad Ringer. They left it green, and Ringer did the smart thing. He just towed as soon as he could. Kept it green. Blaney, self-preservation worked there, but 3 fueled-up cars now on the cusp of the top 10. As Nathan Lyon almost loses, so does Ryan Pannell in the 13th spot. And that is a wreck.
I think something happened to Matthew. I heard in the chat, Matthew, and I think he may have collided with Nathan, I want to say. But yeah, something's happened to Matthew.
He was a part of it, but it is also, I believe, the 64 of Luke Smith. No, it was not the 64. It was, see if I can figure out who it was. It might have been Bren Roberts. It was Bren Roberts, the 84, the McLaren machine.
Ooh.
So we had some racing that we were looking at there, but Matthew Montgomery, after finishing 3rd, gonna have it a lot rougher here at Texas.
Yeah, I guess the one good thing is this is going to allow Brad Ringer. I don't think he went down that many laps, so he should be at the very least with his fast car be okay. So this may have been a bit of a saving grace here, but oh.
That's what happened.
Yeah, black car came just a little bit, hit
Ju.
Montgomery. Yeah, Todd Ju.
Canadian driver, I'll have to take another look at that, but that was vicious. So we're going to slow it down here. You see Ju on the bottom here. You see Bren Roberts, the 84, on the outside lane here. And it looks like it's pure netcode. We're going to look at Todd Ju here. Again, this was the battle for the edge of the top 10. I think this was 11th that they were battling for.
Yeah, netcode.
Just pure netcode. Nathan Lyon went down to the apron, which is, I think, what caused a bit of the stack up. But Nathan wasn't a part of it at all. And Ju just netcode pushed Matthew straight up right into the 84 Bren Roberts.
I do wonder if did Zu know he was 3 wide? Maybe he didn't know, because Montgomery, he knew obviously was there, but did he know he was 3 wide? And then he saw McLaren coming, so he's like, I got to get up. And Montgomery, nowhere to go. So it does make you kind of wonder, did his crew chief let him know he was 3 wide?
We're going to go back to live screens. It's Bren Roberts on pit lane, Matthew Montgomery on pit lane as well. Those 2 cars, the only 2 involved on the 3rd caution of the night here at Texas. Justin Carey, the 42 car, in the race lead. He pit on lap 3. As you mentioned before, he was one of the first ones to pit. Todd Ju pit on lap 6, and he stayed out as well. Kristina Ryan, importantly, leapfrogged Breault on the pit stops.
Yeah, he did. She did, sorry. Todd Zu, though, kind of benefited there. It was kind of, I went to the cause of the wreck. It was netcode, but definitely made it out there like a bandit. And, yeah, Todd Zu is now in 2nd, much probably to the chagrin of the 2 cars that had to come down pit lane.
It's going to be interesting because you see Dustin Painter in the 65, that Klein Tools machine. He is not on lead lap. He is 2 laps down. Luke Smith 1 lap down. I believe... Not sure who got the lucky dog in this situation.
Yeah, I'm not 100% either, because I know Luke Smith's Presley, because I know Luke Smith's still 1 down, and I think Presley now is 3 back, so I think it is Presley.
Yeah,
so
Pressey is on the lead lap now and just now pitting. So Pressey did get the lucky dog back here. Painter's still running. Matthew Montgomery's still on pit lane. You see the damage on his car. Brad Ringer's running again. He is 3 laps down. Bren Roberts coming back down pit lane. Toothman's still rolling. Again, points on the line here. Same with Jacob Blankenship trying to still roll here. 21 cars still in it. Patrick Allen, Tommy Withers, and Ben Choate out of this race. Choate with a self-spin on the first restart. Toothman out following... not Toothman. Tommy Withers out wrecking on Hunter Yellow coming out of pit lane, and then Patrick Allen just used both of it, used his fast repair, and then got involved in another accident. So those 3 cars out, 21 cars still running, and it's Blankenship. Justin Carey leading the way.
Yep, some drivers is just trying to salvage as many points as you can get. Other drivers looking to maybe get back in there. Cause Luke Smith's only 1 down. Get another wreck, another caution. Next thing you know, he's back on this lead lap and can fight again. Brad Ringer, it kind of looks like it's going to be a bit hard to get back on the lead lap because he's 3 down, but stranger things have happened. So, like we said in the pre-race, maybe it's a situation where you just got to survive. And we know Nicholas Presley was someone that survived, as we saw in Rockingham, getting the win, and now he's back in the lead lap. Maybe he can make that work.
So here we go. Lights are out, which means we are 1 to green. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because Todd, he was a part of that accident via netcode. He never actually touched Montgomery. And I think that's something that I think, as a driver, it's difficult to accept because you want to apportion blame. But for Todd Zhu, like, he didn't do anything wrong. It just, netcode had its way, and unfortunately it's negatively affected Montgomery and Roberts, who are still rolling. So it's not impossible, because there is a lucky dog in this series. The first car, not only lap, gets a lap back. For those that are not familiar with it, it's not typical to American open wheel racing, but for the sake of fairness, in case something like a netcode accident happens, there's a chance to get back in.
And the only thing you can maybe throw with Todd is he came up just a bit, but then there was a car ahead of him, and you never know what he was going to do. So it is just a netcode incident. I don't think it's going to be any much consolation for Mike Montgomery. But again, it's just iRacing. Things happen, and maybe next week the ball will roll for him. So
we got some fans for Tom Sears in the chat as well. For those that are watching live, we appreciate all your support. It's Carrie Zhu, Ryan, Breault, Jeanette top 5, Wallis 6th, Pearce 7th, Sears in 8th. We're back at it, and it's an easy start for Justin Carey.
I do wonder, Justin Carey's tires are 24 laps old. I wonder if he'll be a bit of a sitting duck here. So we got Wesley getting passed through by Anthony, and Anthony hanging around the outside.
Yeah, keep an eye. The top 2, Zhu came in on lap 6. Carey came in on lap 3. Everyone else came in on lap 24. Fresh tires do matter, as both Ryan and Breault are going to try to freight train around Zhu on the outside lane there. For Justin Carey, that's what you want to see. Let Zhu be a bit of a blockade.
Oh. I think we got a drive-through for Justin Carey, according to race control. Someone just got a drive-through, and I think it's Justin Carey.
Did he get a drive? It was an interesting start. We'll have to double-check here. But he might have jump-started here. He might have went before the pace car was in pit lane.
Yeah, he's coming in. So I think...
Ooh. We'll have to double check that. We'll have to double check to make sure that it is the 42 with Justin Carey. Because you're allowed to go when the pace car is on pit lane. And I believe he went beforehand. He is coming in pit lane, and everyone's going to give him a wide clearance. It is just a drive-through. And that's going to give Kristina Ryan the race lead. So we're going to look at Justin Carey and go back to the start of this race. Yeah, pace car was not in pit lane. You watch as soon as we switch the replay. Yeah, he's going way before the pace car is in pit lane.
Just timed it wrong. I think he did try to question the stewards, try to plead his case, but sadly, that is a rule violation. And again, it's not the end of the world. He's going to go at least a lap down at the very least, maybe 2. As
like
I think.
Stop and go.
James Pearce and Jeremy goes a little bit wide there. I don't know if he hit the wall, but that's going to allow James by.
Here we go. Ryan and Pearce, 1-2. Somebody else on the inside there. We're not sure who that was on the inside lane. Looks like it was Bren Roberts that was on the inside lane.
Yeah, I think it was. He's 4 down, so he's just kind of just taking a slow ride here.
But now it's Ryan, Pearce, Breault, Jeanette top 4, Wesley, Jeanette in 4th, Todd Hughes still held 9 and 5th on those now almost 30-lap old tires.
Yeah, he's trying to hang on the back of this pack here. He's going to try to tow him to the promised land. But right now, James Pearce's main mission, get the Kristina. And if you're Jeremy Wesley, you're trying to hold on and try to tow out, because right now, Kristina did have a bit of a gap, but it is coming down. And if Kristina and James start fighting, it could open up Jeremy Wesley. Now Wesley and Jeremy. Wesley going for a move on the inside of Jeremy. Successfully make the pass. Todd may follow suit on the inside, but the door is going to get closed.
It's really close. Todd Hughes doing really well on those old tires. Just knowing how much grip matters here. Todd Hughes doing a really good job.
Pass for the lead.
And as there is a pass for the lead, it's side by side. Pearce and Ryan. There's battles everywhere right now. As we stay green here. See if we can get a long green flag run going. These two are familiar with each other. They were a big part of the preseason testing leading up to this. As you see Matthew Montgomery almost contact.
Lap car kind of maybe give a little bit of an arrow push there to James.
Kristina.
Further back, you got Wesley battling Todd there. They're fighting side by side as well. It's top 5 all kind of fighting in the 2 different packs.
Yeah, Breault, Zhu, and Jeanette finish out the top 5. Anthony Wallis trying to get himself into the top 5 on his debut here in the series. As Matthew Montgomery just tries to stay out of the way. You can tell that he's still wounded.
Ooh, I think Anthony Wheels, nope, they're not side by side yet, but I think Nathan and Jordan were close a couple laps ago, but I think Jordan's pulling away there at the very least. Oh yeah, way back, yeah. Look close there on my screen, but it looks like a little bit of they've kind of spaced it out there at the very least for now.
This is the run down the field. This is 13th Jordan Bridges, center of your screen. It's Pearce, Ryan at the front. This is the battle we wanted to see in 3 weeks at Long Beach. We're getting a preview presentation right now. Pearce doing really good. Ryan in second. These two are going to get really cozy with each other over the next...
Kristina's claiming blocking on the chat.
Ooh.
There's some anger there. James is saying she didn't block.
That is interesting because the rules are here, and that's another good point here. You're allowed one...
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow flag, and we're not sure what it's for.
Jason Blaney said caution the backstretch. I'm wondering if he was somewhat involved in that. I'm not even 100% myself, but Blaney did call it, so he was around 7th. Some.
Yeah, he is in the 7th spot. Not sure who it was. Looks like Anthony Wallis is who it was.
Okay.
And that is Wallis with a lot of damage on that car. We're going to take a look at the yellow flag, and he was spun. So we'll double check. Because if he was impeding traffic, then that's going to be an issue.
Lost it on his own. Oh, big lick in the rear. Yeah, I don't see anyone he was impeding there. Last car got around that yellow Pennzoil car, got around him, and now he's on the apron. Maybe because Blaney called it, because I heard him call and then the flag got flown. So it makes me wonder, maybe, I don't want to blame race control because that would be a barrel thing to do my first week here. But I maybe wonder he thought it was 2 and it really was 1. And he goes in the grass here, but I think this is long since the caution's been called.
Yeah,
so
caution was called while he was in turn 3. I don't know if that was worthy of a yellow.
I don't think so
and he's
either.
Still struggling to get back to pit lane. He's just trying to stay on the lead lap, is what's going on here.
Yeah. Don't know if he's got another fast pair or not. I guess we'll find out shortly, but yeah. I think right now, if you're watching at home, we've gotten our money's worth between Pearce and Ryan right now. It's been a ding-dong battle. We're only 41 laps in.
More.
Yeah.
I'd like a little more. But now you're going to have Breault in this mix. Now that Breault's ahead of Zhu. Zhu is still not pit. He's still on tires from lap 6.
Yeah, he's got 34 really laps. Makes me wonder if the fuel run. He's on 34. He's been saving some time, but he probably should come in this time by because he's gonna have to pit soon rather than later. And if he pits now at 40, he could make it. He's still on a 2-stop strategy though, so if he maybe stretches it to 50, maybe 55, that gets him to about 100, 110. So. Is it? I don't think it's possible we can make a 1-stop happen, but who knows at this point? With enough caution laps, maybe he could. Well, now he comes in, so.
I believe the pit lane opened this lap. I believe is what he had. Because Pannell also came in, and a couple cars further down the line also came in. Now, at Anthony Wallis, important to note, he stays on the lead lap. Because of how the yellow came out, he stays on the lead lap. But that's going to be really interesting to break down. We're going to step aside for a quick break while we're under our 4th caution of the night. Don't go anywhere. We'll be bringing you more action from Texas right after this. Oh, man. Here we go. going to see if we can talk to Kristina here after we come
Okay.
back. 30 seconds.
With how it's shaping up, this should be an interesting finish at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting decent runs. We just need more.
Yeah, I think as field kind of gets willed down, or at least they kind of get spaced out, I think we'll have some good runs. I definitely think we'll still have a green flag run because we're looking good there at the very least before that caution that got called. So yeah. I think it will definitely happen.
Yeah, coming back in 6, 5, 4. Welcome back. It is ABN Indy ARCS action from Texas for Under Yellow. We are about to go back to racing here. We're going to talk to Kristina Ryan, but that is not going to be the case as we are about to go back to racing. We'll have to catch her on another yellow here if we get one in the next 15 minutes or so. We're going to see how she was feeling, but we know that she's dialing herself in, getting focused on battling.
She did join.
She did join. Awesome. Kristina, this is Clayton from the ABN booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, we're about to go green, buddy. What do you need?
I was, we were going to talk to you, and then we're like, you're about to go green. We're going to let you go for this
yeah,
one, but...
hit me next time.
Gotcha.
10-4.
Yeah, she knew that we were picking up interference there, but we were going to try to talk to her, but as I mentioned before, she's going to focus on getting back to Pearce here. She's in between, a middle of a firestorm. You got Jeanette 4th, Blaney 5th, behind Breault and Pearce. So Fuel Up's entered this fray in a pretty large way. Pace car's in, we're back at it. We're under green once again.
Looks like everyone got away clean for the most part.
Yeah, Tom Sears 3 wide. They got around Jordan Bridges. Keep a hold of it, Tom. He did a really good job of keeping a hold of it. Todd Ju's going to be on the outside, though. They're not going to hold him up. Todd Ju goes up to the 7th spot. Really ambitious from Tom Sears. It almost worked perfectly. He still gained a spot on that restart, but that was wild.
It was very wild indeed. There looks like everyone got clean, but we almost had a bit of a Code Brown moment. But we're all good, and Kristina will take back the lead of the race from James. But right now, again, some drivers on newer tires, some on the same stint they've taken. Can they get back rubbered in here? Because I think Tadzu has the fresh tires, and he's in 7th.
Yeah.
Can he make those tires work and get any closer up?
Right now, top 3 really close to each other. Breault, don't count him out. He's on a 2-podium streak all the way back to Sebring. He's finished 2nd the last 2 races, trying to get his first win in the ABN Indy ARCS series. But he's got 2 really fast drivers ahead of him. James Pearce almost tagged the wall. Almost pulled a Tom Sears and gave us a Code Brown moment. But still side by side, Ryan led that lap.
Add another one to her tally as Tom Sears does get around Todd there, so put Sears up to 7th. They're both on fresh rubber. So our points leader is currently in 7th, trying to maybe set his move on.
Jordan Bridges.
Oh yeah, Jordan Bridges hard on the wall there in the DoorDash meal.
They're not going to throw the yellow just yet. He's off the track.
No one else collected him. Yeah, that's a 1-car accident, so we will keep this green per rule.
He is still rolling. That is the important part. As the race leaders come around turns 3 and 4, it's still Ryan and Pearce side by side. That's quintessential, like that's vintage open wheel racing in the U.S. Seeing just side by side racing as Breault tries to fill the gap.
How aggressive will Jeremy be?
He's a pretty aggressive driver. For those that are familiar with the ARCS A Square Cup Series, he's a pretty aggressive guy when he needs to be. Now, obviously not that time. He backed out of it. He's going to give it another run. But when push comes to shove, Breault can put his elbows out pretty well. And he's right back there. He's right back to it. Like, so Breault showing that you can definitely give and take a little bit as far as pace.
Yeah, the only downside, though, is you can give or take, but the problem is right now is they're both running middle and down, so he's got to either try to make that high line work if he wants some clean air, or he's got to just kind of play his game here, because if you get too much aero push, you may go a little bit too wide. Next thing you know, he ends up a similar moment to happen to Brad Ringer earlier in this race. So he doesn't want the same thing to happen. So again, he's an aggressive driver, gets the elbows out, but maybe let these two drivers kind of take it out here. As now James will take it back to Kristina.
Somebody else crashed. I believe that was Nathan Line. It was Nathan Line, that 33 machine. He's got some heavy contact. Again, single car crash, so we are still green. He is well off the track. Again, that's the methodology is that it's a single
Later
car crash.
James Pearce around, hit Kristina and hit Jeremy, and the fourth place car.
Involved.
Honestly, I saw what happened there. It was just a situation where Pearce got loose off exit and took up the racing surface. Nowhere for Kristina to go.
Oh my goodness, Ryan's still running. That's a godsend for Ryan. She's still running. Jeanette's still running.
How? I thought Ryan got worse than that. Oh, the nose is destroyed and the wheel's gone, but it's still running.
Oh my goodness.
According to James on radio, he said it was -10 wealth jacker, and he just got trying to make it as tight as possible, and it snapped.
We'll have to take a look at it here in a second as we watch Kristina Ryan. She's avoiding the toe and staying on the lead lap, which is what she wanted.
Kristina's supporters are very upset in the chat right now with nose and oh my god, so they are not
we're gonna take a look at what happened here. Breault was a part of it. Obviously, it was everyone in the top 4 was a part of it. So we're going to have a big shakeup here as Nick Pressey holds on to the race lead.
Oh my god, it's like Rockingham all over again. We were talking in the pre-race. Maybe you got to be a little bit more lucky than good. Nick Pressey's leading the way.
Yeah, we're going to take a look here. We saw when we switched to him, it was already loose. So this is going to be really interesting. So it's Pearce, Ryan, and Breault on your screen at the moment. We're going to go slow motion for you guys to kind of see what happened here with Pearce. Because Pearce isn't, he's not side by side with Ryan, which is what I initially thought when we switched to it.
You know, Pearce was clearly ahead. I remember seeing that, and they were not. And then he just, I think we'll see, he's just going to lose it. It's going to step out.
You're watching the back step out right now. Not even at the exit of 2. Like, that's mid-turn 2. And
Kristina thought he was going to go low and didn't, and luckily, slight hit there, and then nowhere.
Breault had to pick a line, and he just picked wrong. He was hoping that Ryan would hit Pearce and just move him out of the way, and then you see with Jeanette and that 77 come down. He's already committed to the bottom, and everyone just closes in. And
honestly, though, going back to Breault, did he hit the wall on his own before he got hit? Maybe it's just a replay with that code, but it looked like
he hit the wall first because he was already going high.
Same thing with Wesley. Just tried to get as low as possible and then hit the wall as well. So trying to avoid it, they just kind of were their own worst enemies. So you'll see her on the replay.
Yeah, here's the replay of Breault. He's running wide. He's not sure where to go, and he steps out on him a little bit as he tries to fix his line, and just nothing he can do. And you see Ryan just took a massive hit.
Yeah, I think Wesley made it worse there, because I think she would have been okay, but then Wesley came in and just Leroy Jenkins her car there, and a little bit worse.
The only positive to take out of it is that both, at least Jeanette and Ryan, were able to keep it rolling, whereas Breault and Pearce couldn't. As we're watching Ryan as she limped it back around.
What's worth noting is looking at the chat, Detroit Lions Nation 81, probably a driver in this field, had it at -4 and it also snapped. So even a little bit, like the leader had it, James Pearce had it at 12. He had it at 4. That just shows he was trying to make it as tight as possible and it still got loose.
That's a really interesting situation because that was not the complaint at all during opening practice last night.
Do you think it's
complaining that it was extremely tight? And you'd imagine that, like, maybe it's the conditions, but the conditions were
was it night?
It was close last night. Like, they were running in race conditions last night. So I wonder what is causing them to be loose other than people running negative weight checker. A lot of what we were seeing people run last night were positive weight checker numbers. So I'm not sure if the negative weight checker has a big play in that. But right now, it's Todd Zhu at the front of the field. We're going to see if we can get Kristina here.
I think we got at least one more lap before we go, because I think they're all bunched up here, so it may be green this time by, so we'll have to wait and see. As we will wait for him to go there, I'll just take a look here as he waits to get our in-car driver in here. Yeah, they just joined, so I'll let him take it away.
This is Clayton from the ABN booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. The radio still works, so that's nice.
Right? So that was wild. Just watching James get loose right in front of you. James was complaining about being too loose. What were you feeling there? Were you feeling the car loosen up as the run went on?
A little bit. I felt comfortable. We raced really, really hard and kind of started snapping turtles at each other, and we got it all calmed down and had a nice run there. I really was just trying to tuck in behind him, and he broke loose, and I slowed down, and I did everything I could, and I guess I got clipped there, and then everybody plowed me after, but used the quick repair. We're still good. I don't use the jacker. I didn't like it. I tried -2, and it started getting really sideways, so we're already chewing the right rears a lot more. So it's just, you just got to manage it, I guess, and unfortunately, he just put a little too much slip in.
Well, Kristina, it's about to go green here, so we'll let you go, but I'm glad that you're still running here. Good luck.
Yep, still confident. We'll see what we can do.
One thing before we go back, yep, it was Kristina. One more thing I want to know before we go back to green here is this opens the door for Tom Sears. Right now, in the top 3, only driver very far ahead on the points right now. The other 2 are kind of behind the 8 ball, but still a long race to go. Fast repairs were used, so all can shape up here.
Yeah, Todd Zhu, Donny Crouch, they pit on lap 41. Tom Sears pit on this last caution here. We're on lap 56 of 124.
About to be 57.
And here we go. Todd Zhu decides that now is the time to go. We're back under green here at Texas.
Again, for being an accident, Kristina got pretty far up the field there. So, again, Brad Ringer makes a pass for Dustin for 13th, but looks like everything is good for the most part here.
Oh, Blaney spins.
Never mind.
That was Jason Blaney that spun. Jeanette tagged him. That might be a yellow.
No call yet from the tower. I think we're good.
We'll have to double check here. Yeah, Blaney spun on his own. Oh, those are just 2 separate incidents.
Oh, I think so. Yep.
Blaney's on pit lane now. So is Jeanette. Zhu's still leading, and he's running the outside line through 1 and 2.
He is. He's trying anything to try to find more grip in this car here. He's got 2-second lead on Tom, so maybe try to break the toe or find a line that's comfortable. As I do think Ryan's having a bit of a blinking issue right now, so it's kind of messing up the timing scoring a little bit, but he's still currently P7. He's do got a battle. I think Anthony Wells and Donny Crouch are fighting here, and Wells will hold spaceship for right now.
Yeah, Pannell is blinking quite a bit here. Have to keep an eye on that because they can't tell him to step out of the way. And I think that's kind of what he's doing. He's kind of just letting people go at the moment. He let Nick Pressey go by. And yeah, he's running the outside lane. He's not challenging anybody at the moment. But you're seeing the netcode issues for Pannell as he's just trying to stay out of the way.
Again, he's got a whole lap on 9th position, so he can play it a little bit conservatively as Pressey and Crouch are still fighting here. Pressey will get the spot back on Donny Crouch here, but it looks like that's our closest battle we have on track. Actually, Kristina Ryan, I think, is on the back of Sears.
Yes, right beside Sears, actually, as they battle. Todd Zhu's almost 2 seconds ahead using that outside lane. As I mentioned before, the outside lane is going to be important here. But it's sort of evolved in terms of its level of importance as everyone begins migrating from the bottom to the top. If the right rear is wearing as much as people are saying it is, then running the bottom is no longer going to be viable as a long-run strategy. You will have to move up the track, at least in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, it is, and right now, Zhu has the most wear on his tires. Look, second most wear. Donny Crouch has 22, so that was we could see some issues as the run goes on because I'm not 100% the longest stint we've had so far, but yeah, that tire wear could go bad. As we now got Kristina making a move on the inside of Sears, and will successfully make the pass. So Kristina Ryan up the second, using an inside on Sears. I feel like Sears Question is, will he answer back or play it a little bit conservative? It looks like maybe going to try. Nope, yeah, going to back it down here, going to stay behind. So Kristina Ryan will hold it for at least one more lap on Sears, as it looks like everyone is getting pretty much spaced out here for the most part.
Yeah, Ryan's doing a really good job here trying to close down the gap now, as Tom Sears holds firmly in third place at the moment. A big shakeup here as Zhu holds on to the race lead, but that lead is shrinking significantly.
Yes, it is. Again, you don't get a lot of practice open line here, and it looks like sometimes it could be your detriment. You think with the open space, it's good to be kind of a big distance, but at the same time, it's a lot. Ryan and Sears are kind of using each other to get closer and get closer. So kind of being that far ahead, it's got its pros and its cons. Its pros is no air wash, but its cons is that if the field knows how to work together, you may be a bit of a sitting duck.
And I'll say about like Zhu, like he's not running the inside line. He's staying on the outside for a reason. Like strategy requires that he be away from that bottom line at the moment. Zhu is
Nathan Line in the wall. Hung on the high side here, 3. Nathan Line's going to try to get down here. I think he'll have plenty of space here at the very least. Only one car coming. He'll get it towed down. So no caution, but an incident at the line there. Maybe going to be at least going at least another lap down here. And hope to try to get out. Is now Todd, Zhu, and Kristina are fighting.
Yeah, they're going to do their second for as well as Nathan Lyon gets himself to pit lane. Again, Ryan on the first tire, Zhu on a different strategy plan. Now he's running the bottom. But does he want to be? You see that car start to snap. That's why he's running the outside lane, because he hasn't had to worry about it. But he was trying to keep hold of that race lead. Now it's just smarter just to sit behind Kristina here and try to let it happen.
Yeah, especially knowing how squirrely these cars can be. Maybe not being the aggressor. Tom Sears has really lost touch. Kristina's going on it. Well, it feels like Tom Sears is playing the, I see how the tires are going, so maybe let's conserve our rubber here rather than end up taking some more wear here. So different approaches from both Ryan and Sears here, and Zhu's kind of the middleman.
Yeah, and it's interesting because both of these drivers, Ryan and Zhu, have two completely different strategies. Zhu's using in-car adjustments and is forcing him to use different lines here to preserve that right rear. Ryan's just not touching the in-car adjustments at all and just letting it happen as you watch Tom Sears almost lose it. So interesting dynamics here at the front of the field as it's two completely different trains of thought.
Yeah, and Tom Sears is only on 16 lap old tires. So as we got Zhu going to try to maybe take the inside away from Ryan. So tired of holding, but 2 cars ahead. That could cause a bit of an aero wash issue if they catch him, but it looks like Zhu will make the pass. Oh yeah, it's going to hold up just a bit. Ryan nowhere to go as we got the tie car going to hold him just a tad. So Zhu going to take position right in second. We do got one in the back. I think something happened on the back. Pressey's called. I think it's Tom Sears.
It is Tom. He's in the wall. This is Tom Sears. He's going to try to make it back, but that car is toast. And that is done day for him.
Yeah, that is a shame to see. Looks like going to get some good points here, but I don't know if he's gotten to the fast pair or not, but we'll have to wait and see if he's definitely going to lose some time here because of it being a green flag run, and he was struggling. And he was only on the same wear as Ryan's tires at 19, so maybe it's because we know Kristina Ryan doesn't touch the weight jack, so you think the issue is the weight jacker itself to a degree? Maybe they're just not something with that?
It might be. Because the weight jacker, it's not just the weight jacker that is that you can use. Like, you obviously have the roll bars, which can help. But just that the weight jacker, I think, is easier for people to understand because you have a front and rear roll down.
And the thing that's annoying is the front does the different than the back. So if you put the front up, it's looser, and then if you put the back up, it's tighter. So sometimes it can get a little confused in people's heads. So the weight checker, like I said, is easier to understand.
But yeah, for like Kristina, like she said that she just wasn't happy with it, so she just doesn't use it. Whereas you, like, I have a feeling that there's a lot of drivers that are running the weight checker because they don't understand the roll bars, and that could be a significant difference. As we watch Ryan and Zhu sort of battle here, the more that Zhu kind of runs here, we're on 75. It's going to be about 40 laps since his last pit stop. He pit on lap 41. So
And the
Zhu
pit.
showing that it's possible.
And we know you can make it if you know what you're doing, and he's running that high side, so it is working. He's not really going that slow, so he's not conserving anything. And we know that the tire window, pit window is about 45, 52, so if we assume some yellows in that, he comes in then about 10, maybe 15 more laps. That puts us at 90, and he's good to go to the end. Kristina Ryan's got the pits. They're both on a one-stop strategy at the very least. So it's coming down the pace.
Yeah, let's see. The window for Zhu, if he can make it, as he said, the lap 84, that's perfect. Because that means that stop ends it. For Ryan, she pit on lap 53. So
Yeah.
she's definitely got one more stop. But her stop's going to be off sequence. It'll be 12 laps later, it looks like. Or she pits early and pits with it.
Yeah. The question is, do you think the undercut's going to be stronger than the overcut? And right now it shows that Ryan's got the pace and the fresh rubber to catch up. So I don't hate... The only problem is traffic. If Zhu pits early, he's going to have possibly clean track just to set his pace laps while Ryan is all alone on older rubber. So it may be smart in Ryan's interest to kind of join Zhu in pit lane. Follow the leader in this case, because as Zhu's going to get held up by this lap car here a little bit, I think of Montgomery.
Yep. And it checks up both of them hard, and it gives Pressey a little bit of space here. Yeah, I don't know what the game plan is. I know you don't want to go too awful long, because tire wear is critical here, and if that right rear is graining as much as people have said it has, then pitting early is just going to be the play. But it's a difficult strategy call, and
Because I think
to see what the Prismatic team have really for Ryan compared to what Todd Zhu's got going on at 13.
Yeah. Oh, Todd Zhu in this lap, he said on radio.
Yep, and Ryan's going to go up high to give him that space. Todd Zhu,
Oh, Todd Zhu! Oh, he clipped someone!
He was trying
And that's
to
a yellow.
be
Oh, no!
Someone else clipped him. Oh, no. Who was that clipped him?
I'm not 100%. Let me see if I can get a name.
I know that he was clipped by Brad Ringer. It's Anthony Wallis.
Anthony, I guess...
And Wallis was on the lead lap, too.
Oh.
Here's what happened. Todd Zhu tried to ride the white line, clipped Ringer. And Anthony Wallis just clobbers him. He was side by side, I think, with Montgomery. And just sheared the right side of that number 18 clean off. Was that Tom Sears that also got a piece of it?
Maybe.
No, that's just Ringer that was seeing sliding.
Okay, it was Ringer. And then, just add insult to injury for... he just got hit again, so double clip there. So Anthony Wales kind of got unlucky, hits the back of Zhu, and then hits Ringer as well. So 2 wheels off for the price of 1.
You see, Jeanette, that was damage that he got beforehand, I believe.
Yeah, Jeanette had that damage beforehand. You're correct. He didn't hit anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, but we want to watch him because he's going to thread the needle here. Just go to the grass and avoid it. But there's Todd Zhu, and the heartbreak for him, being in the lead of this race, pitting from the lead of this race, and just a mistake on pit lane.
We said it in the pre-race show. I hate they kind of hit that nail on the head, but we said in the pre-race show, we saw Kristina Ryan practicing pit exit and pit entry.
Here's the onboard.
Did Todd practice? And it kind of shows practice is good to have.
You see, he's backing down. He's doing the smart thing to do. He called it out beforehand. He rode the seam. And there's just nothing you can do there. And you see he got clipped again hard by Anthony Wallis as he's just trying to get it out of the way. Just heartbreaking.
One other thing I do wonder is, I wonder what his brake bias was at. Did he turn it up enough? Because sometimes in the setups, it could be a little bit too low, and if you try to brake, things snips. Obviously, it was the seam, but it makes me wonder maybe something with the braking as well. Does the brake bias too low?
Kristina Ryan at the front of this field. Tom Sears going to try to get a lap back here. Jason Blaney going to come down pit lane. He's got damage because he spun in a different incident prior to the yellow. You saw the front wing on that number 22 car is partly there, some assembly required. But he's going to come down pit lane. It's not been an easy race for him. But we've had some green flag runs going here. The prediction that ABN Analytics posted here as Matthew Montgomery receives a warning for illegal blocking as a lapped vehicle.
Let's see here. I'll see if I can pull it up.
I believe it was prior to the yellow. It was when...
Yeah, it was the incident with Todd Zhu, I believe, when he was in front. That was the incident question. But to go over the race predictions, it was 8 cautions for 32 laps, and...
We are on caution number 6.
So we got 2 more before we hit that. We also got 23 lead change between 8 drivers, and... just to kind of put it in perspective, that projected podium is completely out the window, so... Hey, the bot maybe didn't get all of it right, but we get some of it right.
That was me.
Oh,
I was wrong. That's my way of passing it off as the bot. No, I
was trying to precede the magic. Okay, right? Don't lift the curtain.
Yeah, some of that stuff is bot, some of that stuff is not. That one was not. I just messed that up. Of course. So if Jeremy finds out that I predicted him winning this race and that he wrecked,
it's going to be the end of it. HE double hockey sticks in the chat. That is going to be a fun watch to have.
Yeah, Todd Zhu said that his braking was at 57.5, which was the default brake balance. So his would have, he wouldn't have snapped under braking in that sort of circumstance. It was just he was riding the seam, and riding the seam like that, especially for as long as he did, because he rode it for a few seconds. Wasn't easy. As you see cars getting the wave around here to rejoin the back of the line. We're about to go back to green. It's Ryan, Pressey, Smith, Crouch, Pannell, and Carey, top 6. These are the 6 cars on the lead lap. Dustin Painter's going to be 1 lap down. Tom Sears will be 2 laps down. Todd Zhu, who is out of this race, I believe, would have been 4 laps down, excuse me, as our camera needs adjusted.
According to Zhu, he thinks it was just understeered on the seam, we've been kind of idolizing, and he just tried to enter too fast, so just rookie mistake.
Yeah, we saw people practicing it, and I was like, that's going to be important, because we will have a green flag pit stop here. And indeed, that's what it was, and now it's going to be a sprint to the finish. We have 20 laps to go when we go back green. Again, it's Kristina Ryan from Prismatic Motorsports trying to get the first win for the team and driver in the ABN Indy ARCS Series. Nick Pressey trying to go 2 in a row. Then Luke Smith, the debutant, one of several in this race tonight. He is the highest place at the moment, sitting in 3rd. Pace car is off. Ryan accelerates. We are back underway here at Texas.
We start under review according to control, but we'll see if anything happens. Looks everything else got relatively okay through 1 car on the apron, but not much happening. Donny Crouch crashed.
There is a yellow. Caution is out, and it's for Breault.
Oh.
And it looks like Jeanette might be a part of it as well. And that car is skewed. That car is done.
Oh, you hate to see it. Yeah, that is a Dunzo machine. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Oh, Breault just pushed it hard and it got Crouch. That was Donny Crouch, who was on the lead lap, and he got clobbered by Nathan Line. Oh, no. Not Crouch.
Not Crouch. He was 1 down, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and was looking to probably get back in it along with Dustin Painter, and yeah, that's just a double lick for him. In that new paint scheme, if I'm not mistaken, so...
Yeah, not a way he wanted the AMC livery to really pop up here. But again, here's how it looks like, and Breault just got loose. He just pushed so high up. Because you can watch Breault, he's right here. He's on the bottom. And as we accelerate here, Breault just pushes up, and he's afraid he's going to hit the wall here. And it just snaps on him. And just tags the rear end of Crouch's car. And Ryan Pannell in that 12 car almost... See, it looks like he might have... It looks like he did get a little piece of him there.
If it is, I think it's very minor. Because I think... Did Ryan come in? I'm checking this timing scoring right now.
Justin Carey was a part of it, too. And number 42.
Oh,
He's on
you're
the lead
correct.
lap. He got a part of it as well.
If Ryan did get any... Yeah, Ryan did pit. So yeah, Ryan, if he did any damage, it was minor because he came out right around the same spot as Presley and Carey. So very minor damage if anything happened to him. But yeah, just a shame. Just he tried it, was pushed it up. He tried to overcorrect it, and kind of the same song, different dance for multiple drivers here. And that will be that for him. We only got 15 cars still out there active and only 6 on the lead lap. Dustin will get his lap back, though, so at least for him, it's kind of a silver lining for everyone else's misfortune. But yeah, again talking the pre-race. I know we keep bringing this pre-race show up, but Presley as well. Again, Rockingham winner, good at keeping his nose clean, and he's now in 3rd along with a few other drivers. So yeah, sometimes self-preservation is the name of the game in these racing series, because in old racing like this, one calamity incident may take out 10, no matter what you do. So at the end of the day, some drivers will learn from this and give them some time to maybe adjust and understand what they have to do for the road ahead. Still a long season, and they could definitely get their step on the right foot.
It's been a rough go of it. Obviously, you see that we're starting to yellow. Kristina Ryan, now's the deal with the debutante of Luke Smith. Nick Pressey still in 3rd, Pannell in 4th. You have Dustin Painter on pit lane. He's exiting pit lane now. I believe he is on the lead lap. He got the lucky dog position.
Correct.
Sears will be next up. You got Donny
But
Crouch
Sears
on pit
is
lane.
2 down, so
Yeah.
Sears is going to have to get double back, but he's on the same lap as Crouch. At least it's not over for Crouch.
Jason Blaney in the 10th position at the moment. See Matthew Montgomery still rolling. You got Brad Ringer still rolling as well. Todd Zhu is out. Anthony Wallis out. Breault still running. Nathan Lyons still running technically. Jeanette's still rolling. It has been a race of attrition tonight, as we kind of expected, but it's been a much more fluid race.
Yeah, you could say that. Very fluid indeed. It was very fun, had its moments, and I still think we're gearing up for one more here, because I don't think it's anyway smooth sailing yet. I think someone is going to challenge for something, so don't write that check for Kristina yet, because the debutante of Luke could have a fight here. Last week's for Nicholas. We're not done yet. And that may have been if we get that will be the last stop unless another yellow happens, because I do wonder.
It's the last planned stop, so anything from here is just opportunity.
Yeah, fresh tires, maybe make something happen. And since if you're in the top 6, you only go back to 6. So that is a good question. If we do get a late caution, maybe on lap 100, 110, if you got a set saved, do you pit? Because you only go back to 6, but it's a bit hard to pass around here. So we'll cross that bridge if it happens, but that would be interesting to know.
It depends on who you deal with too, because like you have Ryan, Smith, Pressey, like the top 6 here, they can do some wild stuff because Pressey's a full-time driver, so like he's probably gonna gamble. Pannell didn't expect to be up this far, so he's gonna probably be willing to gamble. He's up 19 spots from where he started. Dustin Painter wasn't expecting to be top 6, and he is safely top 7 at the moment, even if Tom Sears gets a lap back or so. As somebody, that was Breault. That was on the apron. Now he's letting everyone go by.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, while there, just up the road.
Blaney.
I think that was Blaney. What happened?
Not sure what happened to Blaney. We're going to take a look at it real quick. We're about to go. He was warming the tires, and he gassed it up.
Yeah, let's just see. Gassing it up, spins. Yep. Oh, just spot him. Well, at least at the end of the season, that will go in the cliption.
Right? We are back at it. Green flag back underway. Just in the nick of time, it's Ryan, Smith, Pressey, Pannell, Carey, and Painter. Top 6.
Oh, it does look like, I think that's Painter or Sears. A little slow, but nothing really nothing to report to there.
Pannell has damage. You see, or at least I think he's got some damage. You got Painter, who's in the lap traffic. He's definitely not 100%. As Smith loses second to Pressey. It almost got tagged by Carey, who washed out hard, being behind 3 cars.
Yeah, we got a big battle here for second, third, and fourth here. Again, we're definitely going to see more lap traffic at the very least because they're going to catch someone. So we'll see how they navigate that. But right now, Justin Carey and Luke Smith battling. I think, trying to close the door. Carey tried to close it on Smith. Smith's going to answer back on the I side here. Could have easily been another accident.
Yeah, easily could have been. Smith stays on the outside, so it's a battle for third between Carey and Smith. The battle for the top 5 on your screen on the right-hand side. It's Ryan leading, Pressey, Carey, Smith, Pannell, top 5, Painter in 6th, not in the conversation at the moment. At this point, just happy to be in the top 6 and on the lead lap as the laps begin to tick away.
Yeah, top 6 here again. We saw what happened one stint ago, or I guess 2 because of the caution. We saw that when Zoo got a big lead, Ryan brought it down. The question is, can Pressey, Carey, or Smith be able to reel in Ryan, similar to what Ryan did to Zoo? Time will tell on that. It looks like Gap's holding station for now, but they are going to have that little bit of a slipstream advantage, so I think Pressey will catch back up here. But I guess the next question is, because Ryan does have 6-lap older tires, it's not that much of an advantage, but if we're coming to 120-ish, that could play a slight advantage having just 6-lap fresher tires. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But right now, Ryan leads the way. Pressey second, Carey third. But yeah, top 6 kind of world their own. I think Pannell is on the back of Smith here. Maybe can Pannell set something up here on Smith.
Yeah, right now it's an interesting battle as Pannell, kind of stays there in that 5th spot. It's kind of just deflating. You see Sears easily top 6 pace. He's just hoping for another yellow or 2. Honestly, I think he's the kind of guy that will gamble it. And if he can, he'll try to get 2 in one go. He'll try to get away from that lucky dog here. As Pannell will take 4th away from Luke Smith. Carey is going to try to chase down Nick Pressey here. As the top 3 are about to be under a blanket once again, just a different top 3 running.
Yep, I think Luke Smith has got a little bit of a blink there. Well, it looks like got fixed for the most part. But yeah, top 3 under a blanket. Then we got Pannell and Smith, but they're not out of touching distance yet, though. So we'll keep an eye on that at the very least.
Somebody
but yeah,
tagged the wall. Somebody tagged the wall. Was it Pannell? Pannell's blinking quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's Pannell because he's not slow. Bridges in the pit lane, but I think he was already there. Yeah, I can't tell.
Pannell's blinking that I heard.
Yeah, because he was still cleaning my screen. I didn't see anyone majorly drop, so I think that may be the case. Because if he had damage, it's looking good for no damage. Yeah, he's still yep, he's blinking a lot. His car wheel is off on my screen, but yeah, it's just blinking. So yeah, Pressey did pass Ryan while we were talking there, though. So yeah. Put Pressey up at first.
5 laps over the younger tires for Pressey. He bit on lap 86, Ryan on 81, Carey on 86. So Ryan's on the oldest tires of the top 3 at the moment, as Carey's going to try to chase down Ryan and get by her for 2nd place. She drifts up behind Pressey here and keeps it out of the wall.
That she did. Again, though, Carey makes me happy. Ooh, Pressey's claim he got blocked there, and actually, never mind. Sorry. Misheard the communication there. Pressey's fine. Ryan second, Carey third. Caution. I think something with Matthew Montgomery. Claims something happened there.
Oh, yeah. He's on the front straightaway. The leaders had just gotten by him.
Well, this will, I think, will it give Tom...
Tom Sears is part of it, too.
Oh, he was. So Donny Crouch will get the lap back. But, yeah, wonder what happened there.
Well, we're going to take a look at it real quick, since we can kind of call it. He just it's Pannell.
Ooh, that's a lick.
What happened? What happened to forcing off the line like that? Oh, dear.
Yeah, leaders going to...
So yeah. Stop it here. Because he's on the outside lane. He's already on the outside. Well on the outside. And we're going to go slow here. I wonder if he didn't know that Pannell was coming up.
Oh, yeah, no. because you could see the kind of how his car arced. He just came down like Pannell was just holding his line.
Came down like he was about to chase the draft, and I don't think he realized that Pannell was that close.
Tunnel vision is a real thing in these cars. You think you have room to come up, and next thing you know, you see him, but maybe Montgomery should have been a little bit more aware.
Sears. This is Luke Smith, who tagged the wall, and Sears got a piece of it too. So this is why Sears was involved. It was a 4-car accident here.
So the debutante collides with Sears there.
And Luke Smith luckily keeps it going, but that is a devastating hit.
I think that maybe curtains for Sears because he uses one fast repair. If he can get it fixed, he'll come out, but he's definitely going to go multiple down, so you could take Sears out of it.
At this point, he's just kind of rolling to make sure he stays on the top 10 here because he's trying to keep that buffer between him and Breault. Breault's in 10th, but he is 9 laps down.
So he's got 6 he can spend repairing. Luckily, his caution laps go slow, so more time to give. But again, I don't want to dogpile Montgomery because accidents happen, but it's a situation where a couple drivers are going to wonder, especially with that previous incident where he got warned for blocking, you're going to wonder where his eyes are at the very least.
Yeah, it's not great, and that's definitely avoidable. Like, that's definitely look in the mirrors and see what you can see what's around you, or look at your relative, look at the black box. Like, there's a lot that you can do there to avoid incidents like that. It's just so brutal. So here we go. Here we're gonna focus on
what's worth noting
at the front of the field.
Yep, he did not pit that sequence while Ryan, Presley, and Painter all did. So 16 lap advantage. I think either Kerry's banking on another caution or Kerry's thinking he can play defense all the way home. Because if I was Kerry, I would have followed them all in because maybe he doesn't have an extra set left, but you're not going to be able to block around here for another... block is not allowed, obviously, but you're not going to be able to play good defense around here for another 20-something laps. I just don't like those odds. This isn't like Las Vegas with the 2-tire call. It's a situation where you're just going to have to play the cards here, and I just don't like the call Kerry made, but I've been wrong before in the booth, so I may be wrong again.
It's definitely a gamble. We saw it pay off earlier. So who knows at this particular point in time? And we also don't know how many tire sets everyone still has. It looks like Kerry might have at least 1 set left. But if that's the case, you don't want to use that set yet, whereas Ryan still has 2 sets left.
Well, let me see if I can find this. Hold on.
Kerry's pit 5 times, Ryan's pit 4.
Let's see. Yep. He's used. That's his 6 sets of tires. So that's his last set. Ryan
he has no choice.
Ryan has 1 set left. So actually, what's noting? Presley, Panther, they're on their last set along with Pannell. Kerry's also on his last set, but Ryan does have an extra set in the tank if she needs it. So we get another caution. She may come in, but with 20 to go, do you want to fall all the way back to 5th for just a slight advantage?
It depends. You know that at this point, everyone that's still running at this point should be well aware that there isn't a lane that's off limits. So there's a lot that you can kind of play with, especially if you have that fresh tire set available. Now, granted, we're at 20 laps to go, so how much is it going to matter knowing that you're already on a 20 lap advantage to the race leader right now, with Justin Kerry trying to get his first win of the season, his first positive result in the season, because he's had a rough beginning stretch of the season so far. And by the way, the analytics prediction, we're on the 8th caution, so if we go green the rest of the way, got a point on that one.
Yeah, you get 1 point.
I got 1 point on that one. But it's going to be really interesting because you know it's going to be a bit of an all-out fight these next 20 laps, especially for Ryan, Pressey, Painter, and Pannell, who are kind of just happy to be in this top 5 and be safely in the top 5. For Pannell, he's not going to be really strong in contention because he used his fast repair earlier. Now he's just kind of lingering with damage. Crouchy's a lap down. He's hoping for another yellow because that puts him back in contention.
He's also got 1 extra fresh set of tires, so he's hoping for 1 more here. So we're about to go green here.
It's Ryan. It's Kerry, Ryan, Pressey, Painter, Pannell, top 5. Crouch, Smith, 6th and 7th. Tom Sears in the 8th spot, trying to repair that car in time. But Kerry jumps. We are going here. The first restart, he got penalized for it. Made sure he was good that time around.
It's under review. We'll hear what happens. Control. That looked a little too quick, but maybe he learned from the first time. It would be weird if it happened twice. But this also raises my question: if we do get a late caution, the leader said gets such a jump sometimes. Look at Ryan's gap to Pressey. That I don't think it's worth it, because if we come back with 10 to go, can you really cut that gap down in 10 laps?
Well, I guess it's a good sort of metric to see here, because the draft, especially at super speedways, with how little downforce you have, it's so much easier to pick up slipstream. So that's going to be sort of the interesting to see here, as the gap is right now 1.2. If you can pick up that gap from further away, I think it's 1.1 is typically where the draft begins. If you can make that happen, then you're pretty well set. That being said, Kristina's just outside that range.
Pannell and Panther are fighting here for 4th, so
I'll
keep an eye on
them. Cars. Both of them have wounded cars right now, so this is going to be an interesting battle here as they figure out who's going to get 30 points and who's going to get 30. Here's the battle for the lead. It's down to 8/10.
Just heard race control.
Closer.
Yep, race control. Justin Carey going to get a warning for not maintaining pace speed, giving the pace car a little bit too much of a buffer, but no drive-through. So stewards could take a look at it after the race, but right now he is at least in the clear for no drive-through.
And what that means is that he probably sped up, and then once he started speeding up, he didn't maintain his speed. So he jumped up the speed when the pace car left and then stalled out before going again. And in the rules, once you start speeding up, you have to keep accelerating.
That is correct. So we'll see what stewards decide to do after race. But for right now, Carey is at least in the clear for now. But he's got a hungry Kristina Ryan right behind him that's looking for a Justin Carey soup. As we do got Pannell and Panther here fighting for 4th. As it looks like Pannell going to take the inside on Panther, and it's going to be Pannell taking Panther. So the battle of the P's favors the Ryan in this case.
Yeah, Ryan Pannell doing really good against Dustin Panther. This, again, battle for 4th. This will be the best result for both of them in the season so far. Pannell got a 7th last week at Rockingham. So building some momentum up here for Ryan as he sits in the 4th spot. Kristina Ryan, on the other hand, going for the race win. The gap is beginning to ebb and flow. It's between 8 and 9/10. She needs a little bit of lap traffic to impede that 42 car.
Yeah, luckily right now, that's probably not... It could happen before the end of this thing, because right now the slowest car is, I think, a car maybe... I can't really read my map here, but it looks like someone's a little slow off 4, but... Maybe just a map glitch on my screen. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a long time to see another pace car at the very least catching.
See what happens here. The gap is down to 7/10. As tires begin to wear out here, we're approaching the final 11 laps here at Texas. It's Carey, Ryan, Pressey in 3rd.
No, I think that's just a lag. Never mind. Lag. So Pannell hit the wall, it looks like on my screen. But yeah, lag spike. So I guess we're 1 for 1 on that one.
That rumble car did get loose. He's in the draft now with Tom Sears, who is, at this point, several laps down. Sears 8 laps down at this point.
So I think we're going to have 2 interesting battles here. We got Carey and Ryan for the win, and we're going to have Pannell and Panther for 4th, and then Pressey just kind of in a sandwich, just kind of on an island of his own.
The gap is still at 6/10. Here we go. This was the kind of finish that we wanted to see. Wanted to see more cars running out of it, but this is what we're seeing right now. It is Justin Carey trying to stay ahead of Kristina Ryan.
Right there, lap favored, I guess, Ryan. No, actually, lap favored by Carey by 2 tenths. So Carey was faster by 2 tenths there.
Carey just had his personal best in that lap. 24.24 for Carey, the best lap of his race so far.
I wonder if that little bit of a slip.
However, a 24.10.
Yep, I wonder if that slipstream did help, because there was a lap car just ahead, so maybe a slight tow gave him advantage right now. Now Ryan gets it all back.
Clawed it all back, yep. 5/10, half a second. Now it's up to 6/10. Ryan pushing super hard. Almost tagged the wall. She's trying so hard. You can see it, how she's wheeling that car around. It's all in turns 1 and 2 for her right now.
Vantage carry that lap.
Crashed.
Oh, Painter has
crashed.
It's one car, though, so no caution. Oh, Kristina Ryan gets his tank slapper. She saves it, but she's going to lose time.
You saw her down at the yellow line, or the white line, and that's almost ball game.
Gap is now 2 seconds. She's going to have to... I don't know if she can even catch it. She's got the tire advantage, but...
Pressey's now advantage to possibly take second place away.
Yeah, she's going to be in the slipstream. Pressey and Ryan.
Now she's going from hunting to being the hunted. You can tell how much she was pushing this to try to close that gap to carry. It was sitting stagnant about 6/7 tenths. And that's what happens when you go over that line.
Yep.
4 to go.
4 to go indeed.
Ryan trying so hard. She was pushing so hard, and she had the good laps to do it.
Last lap car for Carey, and he's going to get around Sears here, so that's the last traffic. Well, he's not around yet, so this could give Ryan a little bit of tow here. Carey's now by, so if Sears...
It closed the gap way hard.
He's going to be the tow, 0.7.
Oh, this is going to be a chance. Top 3 in a bubble.
Pressey's hoping for chaos as we're coming to 2 to go.
3 miles of racing left here at Texas. It's the ARCS Indy 300. And she's there. She's right there. This is what she wanted. It's Carey, Ryan, Pressey, top 3. And they're all really close. Ryan to the bottom. Coming to the white flag.
They almost touched.
Ryan clears Carey. 1 lap to go, presented by Fueled Up. Can Carey take it back? Through 1 and 2 for the final time. Carey's on the outside. Ryan needs to defend the bottom.
Inside favors here.
Bottom. But lap traffic could be a factor. Still side by side. Out of turn 4. Across the line, it's Ryan.
Ryan takes it, Carey second.
Kristina Ryan wins at Texas.
All I'm going to say is, Kristina Ryan, oh my goodness, indeed. That was a fun race there. Kristina Ryan is going to owe a Christmas card to Tom Sears, because without Tom Sears, Ryan does not win this race.
Kristina Ryan, first career ARCS win, the ABN Indy ARCS Series, first series win for Prismatic Motorsports.
By 300ths.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun. Have you ever?
Not in a while. That's a race win for Kristina Ryan.
Kristina Ryan has a right to burn it down here, and we're going to see the showdown in Long Beach in a couple weeks, but Ryan, give her a tally in her corner right now. Vantage Ryan.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness indeed. Hey, if that was my first race here, that was a fun one.
That was the finish that we waited for. That was the finish that we waited for. Wow.
Yeah, wow indeed. I am in disbelief because, like I said, I thought Carey had it, and then Tom Sears comes in, and next thing you know, Ryan...
What a finish. That was wild.
It was 100% wild. I think you're going to see that on social media later.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Nick Pressey, second podium in a row. Justin Carey, first podium on the season after a terrible start for him. No fault of his own. But Kristina Ryan with the
If we can get a replay,
win.
can we get possibly, maybe we won't get a replay, but that, one point something else out is, remember, Kristina Ryan had that tank slapper as well. She almost hit the wall. So if that almost cost her, so yeah, just great finish. And if this is anything to go by of.
Here's the restart here. This is taking the white flag.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go through this last lap. Because this was wild. Carey easily could have, like, that lap traffic. Typically, if the lap traffic's in your way, we've seen that it doesn't work out for whoever's taking that line. But Ryan held onto it, did not lift at all. And fair play to both Ryan and Carey. They kept it clean, gave each other a lot of space here. And it was Jeanette that was in front of Ryan on the inside. But it was just enough for Kristina Ryan to hold on to win her first race in the ABN Indy ARCS series.
Yeah, and
holy cow, that was an amazing race. We'll see if we can go back and
chef's kiss.
Because that was what, 6 laps to go?
I believe it was 6. Hold on, let me see if I can find it from my perspective, because it was 6 or 7. Hold on.
We're going to replay it here. We're going to obviously have the podium interviews that we're going to be doing here in just a little bit.
As I think Kristina is now doing a Polish victory lap. So let's see. We just go by lap instead of randomly fast forwarding. Because it was right the same. Yeah, 17.
Here we go.
You got it.
So this is the tank slapper that almost costed her the race completely. Just, oh. That was the save that kept her in it. That almost costed the race.
Honestly, with those fresher tires, that probably helped her, because if those are that was like 30 lap tires, I don't think she saves as well. So.
And then here's the pass for the lead that she never gave up. This was coming to the white flag. And the rest is history.
And remember, Kristina Ryan was in that accident, lap 40 or 50, with those top 4 were all in that accident. She survived it, and she made it to the end. So just shows, again, she's kept her foot in it, had to use the fast repair, but kept her foot in it and made it work. So at the end of the day, just play your cards right and you get it. So hat tip to Kristina Ryan. Can't also say anything bad about Justin Carey as well. He tried as hard as he might, but he'll have to settle for second today.
So with that being said, we're going to get ready for the post-race, the podium interviews here. So without further ado, we're going to start with Nick Pressey here, the third-place finisher here tonight after winning last week at Rockingham. Hey, Nick, this is Clayton in the ABN booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Alrighty. Well, you weren't confident when we talked to you in practice, but survival of the fittest once again works in your favor. A P3 finish, and you were watching that race lead. If something went wrong, you were in the seat to capitalize. How much better are you feeling now?
I'm feeling just as good as I did last week. Like I said, it doesn't really matter to me where I finish these races. I have my objectives. Some of you watching know what they are. And I think I can say at this point that we're meeting those expectations quite well. Like I said, tonight was going to be another round of attrition. So I kind of just let the people that wanted to take themselves out do so and capitalized on that. A little bit of that, a little bit of luck. Those top 2, though, they had some real sharp heads on them. She just wasn't able to capitalize on it at the end there. We had a shot when I overtook Kristina, but it just wasn't meant to be in the end.
Obviously, a P3. Obviously, you said that you have your own personal goals that obviously you're doing really well and achieving. But you have climbed so quickly up the points ladder. You went up to 9th last week. You're going to jump even higher up here with James Pearce not having a good run. Matthew Montgomery didn't have a good run. Dustin Painter, you ended up finishing ahead of as well. So it's going to put you really close to the top 5 in points. Obviously, whether or not you were expecting to be top 5 in points, going into Long Beach in 3 weeks, does this help your confidence as far as like how you're figuring out the car? Do you feel like you're finally getting an understanding as to how this car is going to need to suit you going forward now that you've had a few races to sort of figure it out?
I don't think I'm learning so much about how it suits me, about more so than how I can make the situations on track suit me. Knowing about the car, obviously that's important. You can't drive a car that you know nothing about to its potential. Thank you for telling me that Long Beach is in 3 weeks, because I actually have to take a week off. So knowing that that's in 3 weeks now is actually rather refreshing, and I'll gladly be able to show up then. But yeah, I think I'm getting closer to where everyone else is in terms of understanding of the car, at least those at the top of the field. I think where I'm able to take advantage, it really is those races where you really don't have to care where you are, because the positions are kind of just going to fall into your lap as the race progresses. And I think Long Beach is going to be more of the same for that as well.
Well, Nick, obviously, top 3 here, 2 podiums in a row. We didn't get to talk to you at Rockingham, but we got to talk to you twice here. So to make up for it, if you have anyone you want to shout out, obviously you've got your own team. So if you've got anyone you want to shout out, anyone you want to say thank you to, the floor is yours, dude. You finished 3rd place, 2nd podium in a row, putting the momentum together.
Yeah, I want to thank my family. They always like to hear about all the updates and how I'm doing in the sim racing world. His friends too, like Andrew and Angela, Sid, Alan, Abdul. All those guys. They like to watch the races. Sponsors of SCTs and fanfuel.net. I'd like to thank my teammates who couldn't be here tonight, Josh Garrison, Brian Messer.
Well, Nick, congrats on your 3rd place finish. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you in the lead up to Long Beach.
Yeah, next time I race, I'll be 21 years old.
Ain't that exciting? Well, Nick, in that case,
Making me feel old.
Right?
Thank you.
But anyway, Nick,
right.
Early happy birthday, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
That was Nick Pressey, our 3rd place finisher tonight, gaining a very well-deserved 35 points towards the Drivers' Championship ambitions. Next up on the list is going to be Justin Carey. Hey, Justin, this is Clayton in the ABN booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, bud. How you doing?
Still trying to bring my heart rate down at the last few laps there. That battle, was that... I guess you were there last night. You set the unofficial track record last night in opening practice. After what you experienced last night, did you think that sort of racing at the end was going to be what you kind of experienced tonight, knowing how bad the understeer was, or was it kind of like in line with what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I didn't really have any understeer, not to be honest with you. I had a line figured out, and the bars and weight jacker in a pretty crazy position that definitely didn't have the car be tight at all. As you could tell, I was able to keep up with people in the corners and get a run off them down the straightaways. No, I was not expecting that finish. I don't know what Tom was doing. I asked him coming off a 2 to go to the top, and he waited till exit a 4 to move to the top and then apologized. So I don't know if he's got the hots for Kristina and wanted to help her and maybe get her phone number or what. But he definitely did his thing to screw me. 2.7 second lead, and by the time he gets out of my way, it's down to 0.6. So I actually had to touch the brake to keep from hitting him. And so yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting because as you were watching before, like Ryan had a bit of a tank stopper, and we're like, okay, 2 seconds, it's an easy one, it's over. And then we pivoted over and we see we moved to see you get past Tom, and I didn't realize how long Tom had been in front of you, but I guess we missed a large portion of that because we were watching the battle for second. But I guess with Dirty Air, like we saw it happen throughout the race where like cars were able to sort of use that outside line. Did it ever come to you to use that outside line? If Tom was if Tom was holding on to the inside, did you try using the outside line? We didn't get to see it. So like, I'm just trying to understand like what happened there, and how did it feel being beside other cars? Because it seemed like some cars got really twitchy. Like what all is going on for you?
Yeah, so no, I definitely didn't ever have a plan to go to the top around Tom because, I mean, I asked him, like I said, exiting turn 2 to move to the top for me. And I just, gentleman code of racing, you're 7 laps down and in the way, you get out of the way. And so I never in a million years thought I was going to go to the top. I entered my line to go in the bottom, and next thing I know, I'm touching the brakes because there he sits. But next to people all night long, I mean, I came from the back twice. I don't know how I got the first penalty that I got. That sent me to the penalty and 2 laps down. Yeah, that was the pace car. I thought he was off the track. Apparently he wasn't off enough. So that got me 2 laps down.
So to kind of clarify that, see us over on this conversation, the pace car has to be in pit lane.
Yeah, so, I just thought he had to be down on the apron. So when he was down on the apron, I took off, and obviously that wasn't the right thing to do. But I battled back from those 2 laps, and then obviously battling back from the back of the field twice to the front. You're going to be next to people all night long.
Yeah, you did a really good job here. Really, like, obviously we talk about, like, the first race of the season. A lot of bad luck. None of it your fault, really. To finally break through. Obviously, the win was on the cards, and you ended up with second here. But to finally get that podium finish, to finally break through and get that good result, does that sort of bolster the confidence going into Long Beach in 3 weeks? Knowing that, the monkey's off your shoulder, now you've got that good finish, now you've got momentum to work on.
Yeah, I mean, our team's been strong the whole season. J-Man Motorsports with J-Man Chassis Dynos with, Brad Ringer as my teammate. I mean, we're leading the points, we're leading the team points. We've been good all year, like you said. I've had the monkey on my back. A lot of things comes from me being aggressive sometimes that I shouldn't be, but I get on here to have fun and race, and run around the back of the pack and waiting 100 laps to race for 24 isn't any fun. So some of it, yes, is brought on my own, but I'm always going to be charging to the front.
Well, Justin, obviously you mentioned that you have a team here. Obviously you and Brad. Brad has done a phenomenal job. Obviously that same luck is starting to kind of come your way here. Brad didn't have such the fortunate luck this time around. But obviously, looking at the next couple races being long, I think it's. Let me double check on the schedule here because the schedule is pretty expansive.
It's Long Beach, then it's Milwaukee, and then it's Birmingham. Yeah, Barber, and then Indy.
Yeah, so the next 3 races for you, like, obviously, Sebring was a bit of a challenge for a lot of people. With Long Beach coming up as the next race, what's sort of your objective going into that race, knowing that that's going to be another big race with probably another big car field?
I'll be honest with you. Long Beach, Milwaukee, Barber, Indy Road don't even exist to me right now. May 25th, 500 miles at Indy. I live 12 minutes from there. Brad lives 2 blocks from there. We've been going out there as friends for 15 years now, and that's the only thing we care about. I mean, honest to God, these next 4 races are just time fillers to find out who we can race next to and who we can't race next to when we get to the 500 miles at Indy.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening, you finished second place here. You led a lot at the end of that race. Obviously, you thank some of the guys already, but if you have any other people you want to thank for supporting you and everything, the floor is yours, my guy.
Yeah, just thank my teammate Brad Ringer and then the J-Man Motorsports team. We do this together. We have fun. We race hard. We race clean. And apparently, I needed to send some flowers over to Kristina because apparently she's the one that everybody wants to win around here. Maybe I can get her heart before Tom gets her heart.
I heard she makes good Christmas cookies, so maybe Tom's going to get some of those for Christmas.
Yeah, he's obviously looking for some kind of cookie.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, Justin,
Arrows again, After Dark will be after these messages.
Right? Again, Justin, congratulations on your second place finish. Obviously, you wanted the race win, but momentum being built, obviously, with the next 2 oval races being Milwaukee and Indy, another really good opportunity for you to get to that win column. But fantastic to see you finally get luck on your side here tonight and get that podium finish that you've been waiting for And at this point now, over a month.
Yeah, thank you. And then first of all, if I could offer thanks to you guys for the broadcasting, and thanks to the whole ARCS organization for putting on these races on Wednesday nights. I love Indy cars, and me and Brad look for this every Wednesday night.
Thank you very much, Justin. Congratulations on your podium. We'll see you at Long Beach.
Thank you.
All right, now it's time for the woman of the hour. It's time to interview our race winner, Kristina Ryan. This is Clayton from the ABN booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up, guys?
A little bit more cheerful than the last time we talked to you. It was a very intense race. Walk us through it. Walk us through those final 10 laps.
Well, I pit, and I think I was talking with him after the race. I think Kerry had way less fuel than I did. I didn't know how much fuel to take, but I knew I had to take some. I threw in a couple gallons, but I think I definitely threw in. I guess it must have been way closer than I thought, because I was really down on pace, and the tires I think fired up okay, but I was just really heavy. And then I had a really big moment out of turn 2, because I was getting kind of desperate, and I was moving with some. I didn't touch the jacker still, because that was a big no-no, but I was moving the bars around, and I eventually screwed it up too much and almost lost it, but got kind of lucky with the grip. I think the fresh tires helped me hang on, and then after that I really feel bad for Kerry, because it was really unfortunate, but the lappers were kind of giving us trouble all night, either intentional or not. It was just really difficult for whatever reason. I think it just the handling was really kind of strange, so I've lost races like that, and I felt bad, but I think that was my time for the luck to go my way. So I wasn't gonna let him. I wasn't gonna roll over. I don't remember what happened after I got to his back gearbox, because then I kind of went full attack. So I crossed the line, and we were side by side, and I had enough momentum to hang on the bottom. So yeah, I'm still kind of trying to process it myself. It was really exciting. I didn't think we were out of the race, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to get back through traffic after that crash, but played it really smart, got in a good position, and had a little luck finally.
Well, first, we weren't even expecting to see you until Long Beach. We weren't expecting to see you for another 3 weeks. Obviously, we were going to see you for Super Lights testing next week.
Yeah, Clayton already had the posters already going and all the
I
stuff
was
ready
already
to
working
go.
for stuff for Long Beach, and then both you and James showed up. I'm like, okay, we've got something new here. But
Well, I'll tell you what, I was running some races in the stock cars, and they're on tracks I don't really do too well at, and it was getting really stressful. It stopped being fun, and we were at another track that I really didn't like. And I was like, man, for my own sanity, my own mental health, I think I just shouldn't do this, because I'm going to get upset at myself because I won't have pace. But let's go run some super speedway stuff, because I know that's what I'm good at. And I suck at these cars. I still can't stand to drive them either. They're really difficult. It was fun. It was difficult, but it was kind of fun. But I'm still not the biggest fan of this chassis. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun. And I know I wasn't supposed to be here. I appreciate you guys letting me jump in last second. I don't know. It's just so cool to jump in and be that competitive tonight. I didn't expect to be. I expected to be in top 5. I didn't think we'd have a car that fast. So it was really good.
obviously, so running through all of that stuff, the tank slapper near the end there, almost threw it away. Like, I guess leading up to that moment, that entire green flag run, you had a tire set left in the bank. Like, was strategy going to plan for you up to that point? Because it seemed like you were the only one that really prepared for it.
Let me actually see. Did I still have a set left? I think
Yeah,
I
you
did.
You're right.
Yeah.
You used 5.
According
You
to
had
us,
one
you're the
left.
only one only lap left that had a tire set left. Everyone else had used theirs.
And
I'll
then
be
Crouch,
full.
if he got back, would have got one more as well. But yeah, you were the only one in the lead lap.
I knew I had it, but then, like I said, everything was kind of a blur at the end. I don't remember if I used it or not. Everything was going to plan. Yeah, on that, when I lost the lead, it was on purpose because I didn't think I would have had enough fuel to make it to the end without saving, and I thought I threw the race away there. But then we got the caution, I pit, and I was worried actually that the tires wouldn't fire up because that always seems to happen to me. I always box and I can't get the tires to fire up versus old tires. But I thought 20 laps would be enough, and every time I took tires on guys, I was passing them left and right. But like I said, I took a little too much fuel. If the caution would have came out again, I wouldn't have done anything. I would have stayed out on the tires because they felt okay. And with only a couple laps to go, with the kind of launches you can get, I don't think it would have been worth it. But I was actually hoping we wouldn't have a caution, and I just didn't use the set. So it worked out it worked out exactly how I wanted. But the tank slapper was not part of the plan.
Well, luckily,
It added more drama.
right? Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch our call of that one, because that was wild. You thought my qualifying call for you at Phoenix was good.
What do you think I was in the car? I was doing who was it that like was looking out of the car while they were coming to the line? That was basically me. I was like, am I gonna get him? I gotta get him.
Yeah, that's essentially Rahal, but
I don't know if you caught it, but towards the end, that last lapper, I think it was the 77. Whoever we ran over at the end.
Yeah.
We were coming down the backstretch, and Carrie was like, "Go low, lap car, go low." I was like, "Oh, you little." I knew he would do that, but I was like, I'm just gonna keep it planted, and we'll see what happens. And it actually ended up helping me. So him being a little cheeky actually ended up giving me a little draft down into 1 and 3 and 4. There wasn't too much aero push in 3 and 4, so it actually hurt him more than helped him. And I was really mad for like a quarter second, and then I was really happy. So.
You're mad, and then you realize you won, so you're like...
Yeah, no, I wasn't mad at that. We were halfway through 3 and 4 when I was like, oh, he's going to give me draft. He's not going to get around on the top now. This is over, as long as I don't get doored. But yeah, no, this is just so cool. I really appreciate Prismatic for giving me a home here, and Go for the Gap, Caden Computers, Certifiably Diverse. There's probably a couple. I'm still new. I'm still learning. I've probably missed a couple on here, but God, it has been incredible what we have been able to accomplish the past like month, or I don't even know how long it's been, like a month. So to come out here in this livery and go out and put us on top is just really, really cool. Yeah, no, that race was wild. I didn't expect to be in victory lane tonight, but I felt like I should have been in victory lane at Phoenix, so I guess this is a little bit of payback.
Well, obviously, like, I don't think any of us were obviously none of us expected you to be here, but I knew as soon as you said, like, okay, I'm in, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be competitive. But yeah, being on the outside looking in, you seem so much more at ease. Like, there's a bit of, obviously, like, you mentioned, like, there's a bit of pressure there, but, like, you feel so much more at home, and it shows. Like, you're much more relaxed, and that creates a lot better comfort and confidence, and it shows, because you were, like, the moves you were making, they looked calculated, they looked precise. Even when things weren't feeling calculated and precise, they looked calculated and precise, like you knew where you wanted to be. And that, a shout out to Prismatic and everything that they've got going on, because you've jumped in and you're immediately feeling that, and you're immediately showing that, and it's showing that Prismatic is absolutely no joke. People should be taking notice of what Prismatic's doing. And you're doing a phenomenal job of carrying that banner. As far as I'm concerned, on the outside looking in, you've done a phenomenal job. The first career win in the series, obviously with Long Beach. I would say that that's probably your home track more than Mid-Ohio is. Just with how quick you are there. You have the track record at Long Beach. I'll go ahead and ask that question. Long Beach, I know we're going to see you in 3 weeks, because we've already talked about, like, where your headspace is at compared to everything else going on around you. We knew you were going to be at Long Beach. Now that you've got the race win off your back here, obviously you're probably just thinking, let's do it again at Long Beach. But how do you expect that race to go for you? Do you do you feel like that race is yours to lose right now?
No, none of them are mine to lose. You know, I could be as fast as I want, but this is still a car that I struggle a lot with, and this is a series where you can do everything right and still end up 15th. So by no means is it my race. And you know, the media is cute and all, but there's a really strong chance that neither of us win that race. So Pearce was racing me really, really hard at the start. We kind of got in a little cat fight. But we figured it out, and then before the wreck happened, which was unfortunate for him, I think we settled everything there. We raced so hard. He's such a good driver. He's so fast. I think he's more comfortable in this car. I think he'll probably have a little bit of an advantage. But like you said, honestly, it's the opposite. I got a win now, so everything's kind of reset. I don't have to do any like heroic things to keep my ride here. I'm just really thankful for where I'm at right now, and Long Beach is just gonna be fun. I don't care if I finish first or 15th, 20 laps down. It's gonna be fun to be ripping it between the walls. So if we end up on the podium, then we end up on the podium. If we end up wrecked out on lap 4, then it is what it is. But now there's no pressure on that though. Now it's literally just a little exhibition. I mean, they've all been exhibitions, but I've been going for wins and I got one. So I'm not just a preseason warrior anymore.
Well, you absolutely proved that I mean, you stayed clean most of the race. Obviously, that one incident, even that one incident, like you were able to make it back to pit lane and mitigate the damage.
Yeah, that was kind of lucky. Did one of those Charles Leclercs where it just spun around and it caught, and I was like, how did it do that on 3 tires? And then I Schumi 98'd it all the way to the pit lane, and we had the quick repair.
You know,
that was scary. I almost got hurt because I was really trying to save the car. I threw it in reverse and I just dinked the front wall, and I thought it was or the inside wall. I thought it was gonna be okay, but as soon as I dinked the wall, the car rotated around and I got hit by a laundry detergent at 200 miles an hour. So
I was gonna say, what a weird coincidence that the Tide car hit you and probably gave you more damage, and at the same time ended up kind of being the helping factor in you winning. So kind of an odd, weird twist of fate moment, as they would say.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault either. I think it was just one of those scenarios where like the cars are really hard to drive, which was fun for me because usually these cars are on rails and it's just aero push all over. But it was really hard to drive, which actually started opening up lanes that you usually shouldn't be able to run in these cars. And it was like that in testing, only a lot worse. And I think if I remember correctly, I think I did okay with that too. So maybe I probably can't say that on the street. Maybe really bad driving race cars are better for me. But
we don't censor here.
But we don't have a bleep
filter that stuff. But
we don't have a bleep button, so
yeah, I'll save it cautious for you.
I appreciate it though.
If it feels stinky, maybe I go a little faster. But
but yeah, like, and that's something that I think, and that's something that I think was prefaced well in advance, is that this car is not going to be easy to drive here. But again, you were part of the preseason testing that was here. That being said, like, I guess the interesting question, if you do end up doing more ovals, obviously we don't know what your schedule is going to be in the future outside of Long Beach, but did the car being harder to drive and having to figure out where you want it to be, did the figuring out of where you wanted the car to be make it, I guess, more enjoyable, or was it one of those things where like it was just a different challenge?
I think in some ways it was better because it was different. Because you're used, like I said, you're used to cars that drive really well. You're used to, all right, we'll just run single file until somebody slides up out of line, and then when you get in front of somebody, just drive them up the racetrack until they like aero push their way into the wall. I don't know if it was better or worse. It was more difficult, which maybe for the racing product wasn't better. I don't know how much racing was going on behind us, but I know a lot of people didn't finish. But at the front, I was having a blast. I mean, it was especially when Pearce was racing as hard as he was in that first stint. Up until the contact was made, I was having a lot of fun. It was really, really aggressive. Which I bet looked great, but I don't know. I don't know if this is something that, for the sake of the competition, that should carry forward, but it definitely separated the people who were comfortable and confident from the people that maybe weren't. Not to say that they can't drive a race car, but I just don't think that that was the suitable. It's really hard to catch. There's not a lot of slip angle. My tank slapper out of 2 was pretty much the right rear chirping, and if I'd have gone maybe 1 more degree, it would have been over. So there's not a lot of room there, but I don't know. I'm kind of rambly now because I'm still trying to get my bearings. It was really crazy. I didn't see the I didn't see the replay of the last lap yet, so I'll have to go back and look. I was just kind of, I don't know. She put the visor down and then
we're actually about to rerun it again after this interview's over.
Oh, nice.
Because it's one with that was a really good finish. That was a really close finish. Both you and Justin raced really clean there at the end.
Yeah, I will say that. I got to shout out to him because he like I said, he was getting crafty, which I love that so much. It was so cool to hear him try that. I love tactics like that. But he had every right to get really upset about the lap car scenario and race me like a total butt. And he didn't. He still left me enough room. He raced me hard. He raced me fair. And like I said, I felt awful for him, but I had him taken away from me the same way, so I had to go for it. And yeah, big shout out to him for keeping it clean and keeping it fair the whole way to the end.
Well, Kristina, before we let you go for the rest of the night, obviously you've got the support of Prismatic behind you. They've been cheering you on since practice. They've been going at it. But if you have anyone in particular you want to shout out and say thank you to, obviously you've shouted out the sponsors previously. But if there's anyone else that pops to your mind here, the floor is yours. First career race win in the ABN Indy ARCS series. Take it away.
Yeah, it's funny. I got a DM during this interview, and they're like, "You got all the sponsors. Don't worry about them." So, no, just everybody at Prismatic, all my friends that tune in and watch, and everybody. It's just so crazy to me that people are like, "I want to watch Chrissy race." So I don't know. Everybody who tuned in, I think it's awesome. Your support is really, really inspiring, really encouraging, and I think that I'm glad I could deliver. I'm glad everybody's happy, and we don't have to keep me together with paper and glue to get through the next week. But no, I feel really amped up. I feel really recharged. Like I said, I appreciate you letting me jump in. I know I can drive a race car most times, so it's not a huge deal for you. But still, I appreciate you letting me jump in with no notice, and I guess I proved that it was worth it. So.
Right.
No, but yeah.
Compared to what you were probably looking at Dover, it probably was worth it.
Yeah, I think we probably would have finished okay at Dover if we didn't get wrecked. But my friends told me that if you ever feel like you did at Bristol again, don't race. Not worth it. Don't do it. And I was feeling like I was at Bristol, so I didn't do it. And I went and did something that was more fun. And not that court isn't fun. I just wasn't feeling it tonight. Big shout out to Court too. Those guys are great. Everybody over there. But yeah, I guess I had chose mental health and then I did one. So we'll see if that continues.
Right? For those that are watching, somebody clip this. Mental health is important. Mental health is extremely important because it changes everything. Yeah,
it really does. And I was happy that when I got wrecked that my attitude didn't go anywhere. I stayed focused the whole time. And then we got in-race reported in the middle of that, and I was like,
Yeah, because we were going to do an in-race report because we cut to commercial, probably because it was just how it's scheduled. And it just fell at an awkward angle because we took too long.
Well, we made up for it now. This interview's been 10 minutes, yeah? So.
Yeah, definitely made up for it. But
I hope you like me talking.
Having you as our ABN in-race reporter has been fun. Not sure how much we're going to be able to talk to you at Long Beach. But excited, happy for you that you got your first race win of the season. Because who knows, the sky's the limit at the moment. I'm not going to put anything in your head, but points wise, you're spoiling some parties.
Good.
Because right
now, you know how many years I've been in championship battles and people have been spoiling my parades? Good. I don't care.
Right now you're a fourth.
How am I fourth? What?
Yeah.
I did two races, 3, and I got junked out of one. I don't know how that happened.
Well, seeing as how your worst finish is a 10th, does pretty well. But yeah, you are in 4th place in points. So there's that for you going into Long Beach.
Well, I guess that's just a benchmark. All you guys gotta beat me. All you boys better beat me because you're getting your butt kicked by a part-timer.
Right.
There's a reason why I'm in the booth.
Yeah.
But Kristina, congratulations on your race win. Obviously, we're going to be seeing you more with Super Lights on Tuesdays when we get testing underway there, and then we'll see you at Long Beach. But again, congrats on the race win. It was well-earned, well-deserved. Elbows out all the way. I believe you led the most laps of that race. I'll have to double-check there in a second.
That'd be cool.
But you did a fantastic job. Again, congratulations. Congrats to Prismatic. And we will see.
To answer your question, she did. She did lead the most laps. 38.
We did it!
There you go.
Next highest was Todd Zoo with 26.
Nice.
Well, now.
But yeah, no,
There's
thank
extra
you
bonus
guys.
points.
Thank you both so much. It's been a blast. I had so much fun tonight. And again, thanks Prizzy for everything. So thanks guys.
Thank you very much. Again, congratulations. Have a good rest of your night. Alrighty, that concludes our interviews here tonight, here at Texas. That was a wild finish. We actually are going to go back and take another look at it. Again, this is the final... Hold on, we're going to go back here to the final pass here for the race lead.
Don't worry, I'll get the Kodak.
Right? So there's the pass for the race lead. She never gave it up after this, but here is the white flag finish. The last lap, and what was a wild ending of a race.
Yeah, edge of the seat moment. If something happened, Pressey was there to pick up the crumbs, and at the end of the day, they kept it clean. And you, like we've heard from the interviews, a little bit of geekiness trying to get the lap car to block Kristina, but at the end of the day, it benefited Kristina. Kristina takes home the W, and she is now fourth in the standings. And yeah, good for her in the end of the day, and a little bit of a heartbreak for Presley in second.
Yeah, Carey finished second, Pressey in
Carey,
third.
not a mistake.
But yeah, that was the last lap there. Obviously, the live call I think it's something that ended up being clipped and put on social media for a while. But a wild finish. So we're gonna freeze frame on this real quick and then bring up the results. So we're gonna slow it down here.
And
there you go. That is the margin of victory here at Texas. So it doesn't take much to argue that that is the closest finish of the season.
yeah,
That being said, we're going to pull up the full results here. This is what the results look like.
honestly, I think I'm a lucky charm.
Right? So here's the results here at Texas. If we can get them all to pop up. There we go. So Kristina Ryan, race winner by 0.04 of a second. That's a close battle. Second place, Justin Carey. Nick Pressey finished in third. Ryan Pannell for Team Sideswipe. It wasn't Jeremy Breault that was the top Team Sideswipe driver. It was Ryan Pannell this week. Donny Crouch in fifth. He got past Dustin Painter, who crashed on that final run. Painter finished sixth. Jeremy Breault in seventh. Tom Sears in eighth. Matthew Montgomery ninth. Wesley Jeanette 10th. So two of the field up cars in the top 10 there with Montgomery and Jeanette. Luke Smith in his debut. He was up at the front of the field for part of the race, but ends up 11th here at Texas. Then you have Jordan Bridges, Jason Blaney, Brad Ringer, Anthony Wallis. Wallis on his debut finishes 15th. Todd Zhu in 16th. Nathan Lyon 17th. 18th for James Pearce heading into Long Beach. He's going to have something to get off his chest as we go into a race that he is looking forward to as much, if not more, than Kristina Ryan is. Looking through the rest of the field, you have Josh Toothman in 19th, Bren Roberts in his debut in the 84 car finishing in 20th, Jacob Blankenship 21st, 22nd for Patrick Allen, Tommy Withers in 23rd, and then Ben Choate in the 24th spot, the last of those who started this race.
Yes, so Benjo kind of we saw early on just kind of struggled, but still long season, so easy chance to rebound another track. So But like I said in pre-race, since the other next major super speedway is going to be the Indy 500, this could be kind of a momentum breaker or a momentum shifter for the biggest race on the calendar.
Absolutely. Looking at the points at the moment, Jeremy Breault does take the points lead here with 138. Brad Ringer slots down to second with 132. Tom Sears stays third, 118 for Tom Sears. Kristina Ryan, as I mentioned during the interview with Kristina here in the booth, up to fourth place in the points, 109 points to her credit here after Texas. Donny Crouch, 104 points, sits in the top 5 in points. Full points and everything will be on Twitter. For those that are going to be for those that are watching live, it'll be in the chat here in just a moment. For those that are watching on demand on YouTube, it'll be in the description down below. For those that are watching live here, we appreciate you all tuning in and supporting us here. You guys tuned in force. But I lost my train of thought here.
Yeah, tuning in force, audience tuning in, great. Good to see him show up here, and hope they show up in 3 weeks' time at Long Beach. But yeah, follow all the socials, and yeah, have some fun.
Right. So that being said, I'm Clayton Hardy. Alongside me tonight was Kevin Young. And until next time, we'll see you in Long Beach.